Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about Trails. This is designed by Henry Audubon, and it is published by Keymaster.
There's a little game called Parks.
Little game. You might have heard of it.
Super fun game all about the national parks, right? This is the same series of games. They are mechanically different, but you might notice some artistic references and things like that. And this game, you are just going to one park, and you're going on a trail. You are going on a hike within a park. You kind of reference a couple different parks in the artwork, but the point is you're going on a hike, and you're going on trails.
You're hiking on the trails.
Just let me give you a quick overview of how to play. All right, here's our setup for trails. Over here we have our trailhead, where we're going to start off at. We have our trail's end, and basically everything in between are all the different hikes that we're going to be taking. We're going to keep on going back and forth along this until that sun eventually goes all the way over here and sets for the day. Along the way, we're going to be interacting with wildlife, we're going to be gathering resources, we're going to be taking pictures, and ultimately we're going to be getting badges for all the things that we've seen and done. The pictures and the badges are going to be the way that you're going to get to your points. The pictures are going to come from this spot on the board right there. The badges are going to come from either the trail head or the trail end. All right, so on your turn, you're going to be able to go 1 or 2 spots in the direction of your hiker. All right, so let's move ahead 2 spots. 1, 2. All right, that says take a leaf. So we'll take one of our little leaf resources here, and that's going to go into our supply. We can only hold up to 8 resources at a time, so that's our limit. Maybe on our next turn we go 1 spot. This says we can grab an acorn, which is great. But then also we landed with that little bear wildlife token as well. When that happens, what we're going to do is we're going to roll this dice, and then it's going to tell us to move our wildlife bear to a different spot on the board. In this case, we rolled the bear itself, which is kind of like a wild, so let's put it over here. And that basically means we get a chance to take that resource as well, because we landed that originally. This spot over here allows us to spend any one resource in order to grab the top card of the picture deck. The picture deck is basically going to give us some points. On the bottom right there, that's going to tell you how many points you've achieved by taking that picture. We've got some more resources over here, some stones, but then ultimately we're going to get to the trail's end. First of all, you're going to turn around so you're facing the other direction. But then also, you're going to get a chance to do whatever that says right there. Wherever the sun is, you're going to be able to do that action. In this case, it's the wildlife action. So, once again, we're going to roll that die, move the bear to that location, as well as take that reward. All right, and the last thing you're going to do at the trail's end is you're going to be able to spend your resources that you've earned in order to gain some of these badges. You also started the game with 1 badge. So you always have 1 in your hand as well as 2 wherever you're at. So if you can fulfill them all, you're going to get a maximum of 3 badges. So let's say that we were able to achieve this badge right here. We would have to pay 3 of those leaf tokens. And then it says this is worth 1 point per leaf token or leaf icon on one of our cards like that. It's kind of a variable amount based off how many you get. It does count itself, so it's worth at least 1 point. Other of those badges are going to give you special abilities, like maybe they'll let you take some free pictures, or give you some free resources, or give you points based off of other parameters. But the last thing that's going to happen whenever you land on that sunspot is the sun is going to start setting. The sun is going to keep on ticking down and down and down until it gets to the very, very start of the trailhead, and that's going to be when the game end is triggered once somebody lands on that spot. Also, once the sun leaves a particular spot, that spot flips over into its night mode. Now, instead of getting 1 stone, you're going to get 2 stones for going there. You also have a canteen token. That canteen token allows you to kind of jump anywhere on the board. So if we wanted to jump way out here and grab a leaf token, we can do that. We just need to flip our canteen over to show that it's empty. But then eventually, once you make it back to the trailhead, you get a chance to refill your canteen so you get that ability back. Alright, so when you get back to the trailhead, a couple things are going to happen. Like I mentioned, you're going to be able to flip over your canteen, but now you're going to be dealing with these badges over here, plus still the badge in your hand, and you're going to try to achieve those with all the different resources that you've acquired. But then you're going to turn right back around and keep on going back and forth until the sun finally sets and the game ends. So once the game end has been triggered, the person who triggered it is able to draw a free photo, and then everyone's going to take 1 last turn and the game is done. You're going to add up all your points, and the points are going to come from a couple different places. First of all, you have your pictures, you're going to add up those points. Then also your badges, you're going to add up those points. But there's also one last thing you need to settle up, which is the bird token. That's kind of a bird watching thing. Whoever has the most amount of bird symbols on their cards is going to get an extra 4 points. And you can get them a number of ways. Basically through the pictures again. So you have a little bird resting on top of your score post or on your badges as well. So the more birds you have, the more likely you are to get that bird watching token as well, which gets you an extra few points and might even win you the game. Once you've got it all counted up, whoever has the most amount of points wins the game.
So in this game, everybody has a canteen. It allows you to just like move anywhere in one direction. You can't turn around. You can't like do that, but you get to move anywhere in one direction. You don't have to follow the rules. You get to break the rules. Use the canteen. Oh my gosh. The first round or two we were playing this, I just wanted to do certain things. I wanted to get somewhere before Ryan, but I wasn't using my canteen. And then I started using it like, I don't know, like all the time. And it really helped a lot.
You were hydrated.
I was hydrated, so I could hike further and I could pass this guy over here who was not hydrated. But for real, use that canteen. It's there for a reason. I can't believe I didn't use it for the first couple of rounds in our first game. I'm like, what was I doing? I can get these cards that I really want. I can beat Ryan. I can beat everybody with the canteen, even though they also have a canteen and they could also use it, but they don't.
Shout out to my canteen. Big ol' half a gallon of pure H2O.
Yes.
I like how the pacing of this game went. When the sun is still shining, all of the tiles are face up on their kind of their A side. And it's kind of their weaker tiles, right? But then, as the sun starts to set, the game's starting to ramp up. Everything starts getting flipped over, and there's stronger and stronger versions of those same tiles. And so the game kind of accelerates a little bit once the sun starts setting. And I think that's a really cool, timing mechanism and ramp up of the game.
Yeah, this game also has a really clear rulebook and iconography. Once we set it up when we were playing, I don't think we referenced the rulebook once. Like, we understood everything it was saying. We understood the cards as they were revealed, what they were telling us, if you got a special ability or not. It was just really straightforward, and I really like that because it's a little game, doesn't take up a lot of space, and you can get right into it, and you don't have to reference the rulebook. It was just really, really streamlined, and iconography was done really well.
Don't ignore the birds. The birds are a big deal. Or do ignore the birds, right?
If you're playing against me, ignore the birds.
No, what I'm saying is only one person's going to get the bird bonus. So either make sure that you lock it in, you get a ton of birds. That can be a game-winning situation for you. Or ignore them and try not to get any birds. So that way you're not wasting time getting birds that are not going to get you the points at the end of the game. The birds can be a big deal. I will say the replayability, there's a lot of cards and stuff like that, and a lot of those little recipes and stuff like that. Those give you some replayability, but the tiles themselves, like the trails that you're hiking on, there's only 5 of them besides the beginning and the end, and they're all the same every time. And that's necessary because of the resources that you get.
Yeah.
But I kind of would like to see maybe 8 tiles, and you only use 5 of them at a time or something like that to give you a little bit of variety, a little bit of intrigue, a little bit of mystery as far as what you're going to go up against. And the order might change between games or whatever too, but I think the replayability of the board itself is fairly locked in. You're going to see the same things over and over and over again. The variety comes in the form of the cards.
Yeah. Overall, I thought this was a really sweet game. It's something that we could take on a date, go and get coffee and play this game. It doesn't take up a lot of space. It does take up some space because you do have a ton of cards. But I just really liked it. I thought it was sweet. And one of the things that I thought was super cool about this game is in the rulebook on the back of it, they give a reference to all the artists, but not just the reference, but they actually I don't know if you can see this, but they actually put their, how to find them, their websites and stuff like that. And so I just thought that was really cool. Here are the people who participated. And if you really liked it, here's where you can go find their stuff. I don't know, loved that.
Yeah, that's a great, I don't know how to say it. You said it well enough. I'll leave it alone. This is a cool game. I love the theme. I think the nature themes do really well for a lot of people, and certainly for us. Apparently, when you buy a copy of this too, there's a donation made to the National Park Service. So that's kind of a cool. Another reason to get this game is because you're helping conservation efforts. Cute game, fun game. Again, I mentioned the replayability, but overall. This is a fun one.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching it. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can find us in all of these places.
Yes, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the trails.
Bye.
You guys, thanks for watching our shenanigans. As always, we appreciate it. Over here, if you follow this link, you're going to find a playlist we've handcrafted just for you because you watched this video.
And if you check over here, this is a video that YouTube thinks you might like. So you can check that out if you want as well.
All right, we appreciate it, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.